Before the pyramids, before Stonehenge, someone built this, and no one knows how or why. Hidden beneath a dusty hill in southeastern Turkey, there lies a mysterious place that changes everything we thought we knew about history. It's over 12,000 years old. That's twice as old as the Egyptian pyramids. And yet, it was built with massive stone pillars, strange carvings, and a design that still puzzles scientists today. No books, no farms, no cities. Just stone, sky, and questions. So, how did people from the Stone Age build something this advanced? This is the forgotten story of Göbekli Tepe, the oldest structure humans ever built, and the mystery that still surrounds it. And if you're curious about the secrets of our past, hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey. Discovery of Göbekli Tepe. The story of Göbekli Tepe begins in the quiet countryside of southeastern Turkey, near the city of Şanlıurfa. For years, locals believed the hill there was just another part of the rocky landscape. They even called it Potbelly Hill, which is what Göbekli Tepe means in Turkish. In 1963, a group of American and Turkish researchers did a quick survey of the area. They noticed some stone tools and broken rocks, but thought it was just an old cemetery. Nothing seemed very important, so they moved on. But everything changed in 1994. A German archaeologist named Klaus Schmidt returned to the site. He looked at the same hill and saw something the others had missed. These stones weren't natural, they were carved. He realized the site was much older and more special than anyone had guessed. When Schmidt and his team began digging, they uncovered large circular stone structures buried deep underground. These were not just random rocks. They were part of something carefully planned and built. The carvings showed animals like snakes, lions, and birds. Some stones stood over 16 feet tall and weighed tons. What surprised everyone most was the age. Using carbon dating, scientists found that these structures were over 12,000 years old. That's 7,000 years before the Great Pyramid of Giza. Göbekli Tepe was no simple village. It was something far more advanced. Strange features that shocked scientists. As the digging continued, the mysteries only grew. At Göbekli Tepe, archaeologists uncovered huge stone pillars shaped like the letter T. These pillars weren't rough or broken. They were smooth, carved, and placed in perfect circles. Some of them stood nearly 20 feet tall and weighed up to 20 tons. That's as heavy as a small truck. Each stone was placed with care, and many were decorated with carvings. These carvings showed animals like foxes, vultures, wild boars, snakes, and even insects. Some stones had human-like arms and hands carved into them, as if the stones themselves were people. There were no letters or writing, just images full of meaning. But here's the part that shocked scientists most. These people had no metal tools, no wheels, and no animals to help carry heavy loads. So how did they move and lift such massive stones? How did they shape them with such detail? No one really knows. Even stranger, the entire site had been carefully buried around 8000 BCE. That means someone, thousands of years later, decided to cover the whole place with dirt and rocks. This wasn't done by nature. It was done on purpose. But why? Were they hiding it, protecting it? Or was it just no longer useful? The mystery didn't stop there. Scientists couldn't find any signs of houses, farms, or cooking tools nearby. This wasn't a city or village. So why build something so big with so much effort in the middle of nowhere? What made Göbekli Tepe even more surprising was that it was built long before writing, farming, or cities ever existed. According to what we've always believed, people back then were simple hunter-gatherers. They moved around, hunted animals, and didn't build permanent places. But Göbekli Tepe tells a different story. A story of planning, teamwork, and something bigger than survival. Theories about who built it and why. Since its discovery, Göbekli Tepe has made experts ask one big question: who built this and why? One idea is that it was an early place of worship. The size, shape, and carvings suggest it wasn't used for living or farming. Instead, it may have been a temple where people gathered for religious rituals. But that's strange because it was built thousands of years before organized religion was thought to exist. Could this mean that belief in a higher power came before cities and farming? That's what some scientists now think. Maybe early humans came together not just to survive, but to worship, to share stories, or to feel connected to something greater than themselves. Others believe there may be deeper meanings in the way Göbekli Tepe was designed. Some researchers think the pillars were arranged in ways that match the stars or moon. Maybe it was used to track seasons or connect with the sky. If that's true, it shows a level of knowledge that people back then weren't supposed to have. And then, of course, there are the wild theories. Some people suggest it was built by a lost civilization, one that we've never found in history books. Others even say aliens might have helped, because how else could Stone Age people lift and carve such massive stones without modern tools? But most scientists stay grounded in facts. They believe hunter-gatherers were simply more intelligent and organized than we once thought. They could work in large groups, plan long-term, and build with skill, even without farming or writing. Still, the mystery remains. No one knows the exact reason why Göbekli Tepe was built. No one knows the name of the people who built it. But one thing is clear, whoever they were, they changed everything we thought we knew about human history. What it means for human history. Göbekli Tepe didn't just surprise archaeologists, it shook the entire timeline of human history. For years, history books taught that humans first learned to farm, then built villages, then developed religion and big ideas. But Göbekli Tepe flips that idea upside down. This place shows that belief systems and organized gatherings may have come first. People may have built temples before they ever built farms or cities. This changes how we see the past. It means humans were thinking deeply about life, death, nature, and maybe even the stars, long before we thought they could. Some experts now believe that religion or shared belief might have actually pushed people to settle down. Instead of farming leading to temples, temples may have led to farming. People may have stayed in one place because of sacred sites like Göbekli Tepe, creating the first step toward civilization. It also opens the door to a bigger question. If Göbekli Tepe was buried and forgotten for thousands of years, could there be more places like it still hidden under the earth? Some archaeologists think so. They believe Göbekli Tepe might just be one piece of a larger puzzle. Other sites in the region, like Karahan Tepe, show similar stonework and carvings. Maybe we've only scratched the surface of an entire lost world, one built by ancient people we never knew existed. Göbekli Tepe reminds us that history is not set in stone. New discoveries can change everything. They can make us wonder, question, and look again at what we thought we knew. In the end, Göbekli Tepe is more than a group of stones. It's a window into a forgotten time, built by hands we may never fully understand. But that's what makes it so powerful. For centuries, we thought we knew when civilization began. We believed it started with farming, villages, and written language. But Göbekli Tepe tells a different story. A story that starts with belief, mystery, and human creativity, long before cities ever rose from the ground. This ancient site challenges everything we thought we understood about our past. It reminds us that human history is full of surprises. And sometimes the biggest secrets are buried just beneath the surface. So, what else is out there waiting to be uncovered? If you want to discover more forgotten wonders, ancient mysteries, and hidden stories from our world's earliest days, make sure to subscribe. And remember, history isn't finished. We're still uncovering it, one layer at a time.